So for Father's Day, I really wanted to make a gag gift for my husband. I love doing this for pretty much every occasion. So I decided to make some boxers with my face all over them. I knew he wasn't gonna wear them, but I knew he would get a kick out of it. So in this video, I'm gonna show you just how I made them. I wanted to release this video before Father's Day, but it didn't happen. So here we are after Father's Day. He thought they were so funny. So I'm going to show you how I made them. And I'm also going to provide a free file for you guys if you also want to make your own boxers. And it'll come in 3 or 4 sizes. I'll have that file linked down below in the description. So make sure to go get it over on my website. And yeah, let's just jump into me creating these boxers. Okay, so we're going to need our waistband. We only have 1 waistband piece. It's pretty long, so you'll most likely have to tape it up. Mine was taped up into 3 sections. You're going to need a crotch piece, and then you're going to need a really long, it's only 1, we're only cutting out 1 piece, and this is going to be for your whole boxer. So you want to cut it out, tape it up. If you want to see how to do this, there will be previous videos where I talked about how to cut it up and tape it together. I'll try to have one link down below. Now that we have that all printed, taped together, we're going to get our fabric. Your fabric needs to be a knit fabric, so it needs to stretch. This is, I believe, a double brush poly. I got this a really long time ago. I believe this from Hobby Lobby. And you want it to just have a good stretch. It needs to be polyester because we are subbing. We're going to need a lint roller, our heat tape. I will have everything I'm using linked down below. And we're gonna need some butcher paper in our heat press. And of course, we're gonna need thread, a sewing machine. For this project, you can either use a sewing machine with a stretch stitch, or you can use your serger. I will be using my serger. And we're also going to need some elastic. I'm gonna use an 1.5 inch elastic because this is what I have, but you want about 1 1/4 elastic. You don't want to go too thin with your elastic. So we're gonna start prepping our fabric for sublimation. So we're going to grab our fabric, and we want to pay attention to where the stretch is going. It's most likely going to be going in the opposite side of your selvage. So this is your selvage right here. That's not going to have the most stretch. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to where the most stretch of your fabric is. You also want to pay attention to where the right side of your fabric is. And we're going to start off by lint rolling our fabric because we don't want any blue marks on our fabric. We're just going to lint roll. We're going to take our design. We're going to face the right side of our design, facing the right side of our fabric. We're going to place that down. Once we have taped that down, we can just trim our fabric around where we taped that down, just like that. And we're going to place that to the side. We're now going to do our waistband. For your waistband, you want the greatest stretch of your fabric to be going on this long side here. So it should be going horizontally with your waistband. So make sure you have a piece that is long enough. Stretch should be going this way. We're going to lint roll again, making sure, again, this long side of our waistband is going along the greatest stretch of our fabric. Then we're going to start taping that down, and then we're simply going to trim around it, and we're going to repeat this for our big pattern piece as well. For this one, again, the greatest stretch of your fabric is going along the horizontal way of your pattern. So for the big part, I'm probably going to do this on my MDF board with my Cricut Easy Press because this is too big for my heat press and I really don't want to risk ghosting. So I'll show you that process, but first going to go to my heat press and we're going to press the smaller pieces. Okay, so I'm going to start off by taking my crotch piece and I'm going to lay that with the sublimation paper faced up. I'm going to take some butcher paper and I'm going to place it on top. So I have butcher paper on the bottom and on top, and I'm going to press at 385 degrees for 60 seconds. Okay, Okay, now I'm gonna take out the butcher paper, throw it out, and I'm going to pull this up. And this is how it looks. Nice ink release. I'm using Koala Sublimation paper. It's always linked down below. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same with my waistband, and I'm hoping that I don't have any ghosting because I'm gonna have to do it in multiple passes since it's so freaking long. Okay, I'm going to place butcher paper on top and press same temp, 385 degrees, 60 seconds. Take the butcher paper. I'm going to carefully, I think I'm definitely gonna get some sort of ghosting here, but I'm just gonna hang it off of where it's hung right there. There'll probably be ghosting right there, but I think it'll be okay. Get ready. We're going to just quickly start removing it. Okay, we're gonna take the pattern pieces that we subbed on, and then we're gonna take a rotary cutter or fabric scissors, and we're just gonna cut along that outline all the way around. And we're going to repeat this for all of our pattern pieces. So we're going to take our waistband and we're going to fold it right sides together along the short raw edge here. And we're going to pin or clip along that edge. We're going to take this over to our sewing machine and we're going to sew at a 3/8 seam allowance. We're going to also take our boxer piece and we're going to focus on sewing the crotch to it. So we're going to face it basically right sides together along this crotch curve. So you're going to do one side at a time. You're going to pin it along this crotch curve. So you take your crotch piece, there's a straight side and a curved side. The curved side is going to be down here. The straight side is going to be on the top towards the waist. We're going to flip it right sides together with the boxer along the crotch seam. And we're going to pin that curved edge with the bottom of this crotch curve right here. Then we're going to pin the top where the straight edge is with the top of this crotch curve. We're going to pin or clip that. Then we're just going to start slowly pinning or clipping all along that edge. Just like that. Then we're going to go to the other side of our boxer and we're going to do exactly the same. The side where the curve is, we're going to line that up right sides together with the bottom side of the crotch curve. Then we're going to go all the way to the top, line up those two raw edges and just pin or clip slowly. Everything should line up. You shouldn't have to stretch anything so that it will fit. It should just line up perfectly. Okay, so now we want to take this over to our sewing machine and want to also sew at a 3/8 seam allowance on both of these sides. You want to make sure you're using a stretch stitch because this is knit. I will be using my serger. We're also doing our waistband piece as well. Okay, so it should look like this. We have it wrong side out, and then the next thing we're going to do, this is super quick, so we are almost done. So now we're going to line these up. we're going to find the center point of each of these, which is right here. I'm just going to make a notch. Going to do the same thing with this top part here. Make a notch. Line those up right sides together. We're going to pin or clip that. Go all the way to the bottom of that inseam there. We're going to pin or clip that. We're going to go all the way to the other side. Pin or clip that one. And then we're just simply going to, you might need to stretch it just a tiny bit, but we're simply just going to pin or clip between those, lining up all the raw edges. And you want to make sure that your crotch seam is going outward towards like this, facing the side seam. And you're gonna do that for the other side as well, just like that. And then you're gonna take this over to your sewing machine or serger, and you're gonna sew at a 3/8 seam allowance. We are almost done. We just have our waistband and hemming to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pants and we're going to find the center here of this crotch area, and we're going to make a notch there. We're going to then just fold it there. We're going to take the rest of our boxers and folding it just where it naturally goes because of this front half we're holding on to, and we're gonna go to the back. We're gonna make a notch there. Then we're gonna line up this front notch with this back notch, and we're gonna go all the way to the side, make a notch there. Then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Make a notch there, and we're gonna repeat the same thing on our waistband. You're gonna take that back seam, going to place that one side and then go all the way to the other side. That's your front. Then line these two up and do just like we did before. Go to either side, and there you are quartering it. So this back seam here, we're going to place that with the back seam of our boxers here. We're going to pin or clip that. Then we're going to go all the way to the front, line up that front seam, pin or clip that. Then we're going to go all the way to the other side, and we're going to line up that side notch with the side notch on our boxers. We're going to pin or clip that. Repeat that on the other side. And then we're going to take our waistband, and you might have to stretch the waistband just a little bit. Normally your waistband is always smaller than the garment that you're attaching it to. So you just want to stretch the waistband just a little bit until they're the same size. Pin or clip that now, or you can do it you can simply stretch it at the sewing machine. And you just want to repeat that all the way around. Now that you have pinned or clipped that, we're going to take this over to our sewing machine and we're going to sew that on. But before we do that, we're going to prepare our hem here. So all we're doing for this hem is you want to clip any serger threads that you have left over. I'm going to fold it about 1/2 inch upward. Pin or clip, I always like to start at my seam, and then the rest of it kind of just naturally folds over. And then you just keep going around. Just like that. And then we're going to hem this at the end. I'm going to use a cover stitch, but you can use a sewing machine, whatever you want. If you use your sewing machine, it'll be best to use like a double needle, or you can use a stretch stitch, like a zigzag lightning stitch or a triple stitch.